Today we are going to talk about one light setup to take pictures like this. Again, my name is Harsha Sipani. I'm a food and product photographer in Raleigh, North Carolina. I've used one light setup on location at my home studio and in restaurant shoots to take pictures of food. So you really cannot make that an excuse. You can do and achieve a lot just with one light. Make sure you have these of the followings: modifiers, diffusers, reflectors, mirrors, white card, black cards or block cards, or anything that can reflect the light or block light basically. Let's start with hard light. Now let's see how I took this picture using just one light. Now this is a black and white picture of an egg, and I used just one direct light with no diffusers, modifiers directly onto the subject, casting a very harsh and short shadows on the scene itself. Now I quickly edited them in Photoshop by taking off those wrinkles and spots that were there on the white and black charts. It's basically nothing but white paper or black chartboard or cardboard that I used for this particular frame. For the second example of hard light shadows or hard light setup that I used is for this Orangina scene. Now you can see that I played with a lot of monochrome colors. I used the same shades of orange as the backdrop, as the props and the product itself. Now there was one light, harsh light directly on the subject falling from the 45-degree angle high up, and that's all. I did not use any sort of diffusers, reflectors for this particular frame. And for this particular third shot, I used one hard light shadow coming again from high up, casting those really short and sharp shadows on the side of or the adjacent of the chocolates, and I kept a white board or white reflector casting, making sure that the other end of the frame is not too dark or it doesn't have different shades of the same backdrop. Now if you use one light in one particular spot, you might see a gradient of the same color in the backdrop, so having a white board here is really helpful to create that even color tone for the backdrop and for the chocolates itself, giving it a different kind of light falling onto the other side of the subject. For the second setup, that is umbrella or a soft box, you can use a very large size umbrella or a soft box, or you can use a diffuser of some sort to create that wider range of light in this particular scene. Now for this first scene, I'm talking about this handbag shot right here. I used one light in the top, but I used a lot of white board around the frame, creating that light effect all over. And it's not too dark, because if you place just the light on top of the subject, it will cast weird shadows on the ends, on the sides, and in the lowest frame. But if you keep those white boards that I placed on this side, and there is a white backdrop, it's the light that's falling here, it's also falling on those white boards and it's reflecting back onto the subject. And this is a great example for an e-commerce shoot. This second example is for a restaurant drink. Now when you go for a restaurant, you want to pack light. I remember my first restaurant shoot, I literally packed everything just in case if I need them, but I did not use 90% of the equipments. So it's good to carry or go light and only use the most important things or important equipments that you need for a restaurant shoot. Now for this particular shot, there's one light falling from the 45-degree of the subject, and I used a small soft box, and these are usually foldable and it's easy to carry for on-location shoots. And I placed another reflector, or you can call them as block cards. You have white on one side and black on the other side, and then I had silver on one side of the black frame. So I kept it opposite to the drink, and you can see me drop the ice, and you can see that splash by having the ISO set at 100, 1/200 as my shutter speed. I was able to capture that moment as such. So you can pretty much do this even on location at a restaurant shoot. Just carry your camera, your tripod, light stand, your S-bound mount. I carry TT600 for this particular shot and a very small softbox that pretty much did the trick. And don't forget to carry a lot of reflectors, diffusers, because these are the things that you can manipulate light with, and these are going to be really helpful for on location shoots especially. The third scenario we're going to talk about here is the Idli Cinematograph. And this is a challenge for you guys to please create a product or a food image using just one light and share it with me by tagging me and using my hashtag Harsha YouTube. Maybe that's the hashtag we can go for. So just use hashtag Harsha YouTube and create your one light setup and share it with me. I would love to see that. Thank you so much again for coming. This video is probably going to be showcased in 2 different parts. So we'll see you again very soon next week. Bye guys, take care.